Today, we're plunging into James Cameron's Avatar sequels. It's this vibrant, ever-expanding world. We've got a really fascinating stack of sources, mainly looking at the upcoming Avatar Fire and Ash, that's Avatar 3 and Avatar 4. So our mission today, unpack the development details, the really ambitious story leaps they're taking, and the huge production challenges. We want to give you a crystal clear picture of what's next from Pandora and maybe beyond.
Yeah, and what's really interesting here, I think, is it's not just about making the world bigger visually. It's how they're, deepening the themes, the character journeys, pushing past that simpler good versus evil thing from the first movie.
Okay, so let's unpack this production journey. It's been, an epic in itself, hasn't it? James Cameron hinted at sequels way, way back, like 2006.
Right. They confirmed them in 2010 after the first film. It's such a massive hit.
Initially, the plan was sequels in 2014, 2015. Pretty quick.
But then it ballooned, didn't it, to 4 sequels total.
Exactly. And that led to some really significant delays, just years of waiting.
And a big part of that, a core reason, was the technology, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Especially performance capture underwater.
Oh, absolutely. That was a huge hurdle.
Something that hadn't really been done to that level before.
Think about it, filming detailed motion capture underwater. You've got light bending, water resistance.
Keeping the gear working, capturing tiny facial expressions.
Yeah, it wasn't just tricky. They had to invent new tech, basically, new engineering solutions, all to make sure the actors' emotional performances came through perfectly. From the water tank to the screen, a massive leap.
Mm-hmm. And that's classic Cameron, isn't it? Forcing the industry to innovate. It's not just spectacle. It's enabling emotional performance capture in places you just couldn't before.
Yeah.
That changes things.
It really does. So the third film, Avatar, Fire and Ash, that's the official title now. It's faced, get this, 9 delays. 9. Current release date is December 19th, 2025. Fingers crossed. And Avatar 4. 5 delays for that one. Now slated for December 25th, 2029.
A long way off.
A very long way. And Avatar 5 is penciled in for December 19th, 2031. Cameron even mentioned maybe a 6th and 7th film, if people still want them.
Though he joked he'd be, 89 by then?
Yeah, something like that. And on top of the tech challenges, you had real-world stuff, too.
Like COVID-19.
Right, the pandemic and then the 2023 Writers Guild strike. More recent delays caused by those.
Okay, so with all those delays, spanning years and years,
Yeah.
it makes you wonder, what exactly was happening behind the scenes all that time? What were they actually doing?
Yeah, and what was happening is kind of mind-boggling, actually. We're talking simultaneous shooting for multiple films, logistical feats, huge investments, principal photography for Avatar, The Way of Water, that's the second one, and Fire and Ash, the third one. That started at the same time, way back, September 25, 2017.
Right, in California and New Zealand.
But here's the really wild part, the thing that shows the scale of planning.
They've already shot part of Avatar 4.
A good chunk, roughly a third, they say, filmed concurrently with 2 and 3.
Wow. Why so early?
Cameron said it was for logistical reasons. They needed to capture the younger cast members before this big time jump happens in Avatar 4. Like a years-long ellipsis, he called it.
That's incredible foresight. That's not just making movies back to back. That's planning a multi-decade story arc around your actors literally aging. Kind of changes how you think about long-form cinematic storytelling.
It really does. So filming for Fire and Ash itself, the main stuff, finished back in December 2020, though they've been doing pickup shots, additional bits, as recently as Feb and June 2024.
Still tinkering.
Yep. And the rest of Avatar 4, they won't even start filming that until after Fire and Ash is out. New Zealand's been key, obviously. Home to Weta Digital for the effects.
And those tax rebates, big ones.
Huge. Over $140 million in taxpayer funding, apparently.
That's a significant partnership, really.
Yeah.
Shows how these massive films become, economic forces for the places they film, not just movies.
Definitely. And speaking of money, the budgets. Each of these sequels, Fire and Ash and Avatar 4 specifically, are reported at $250 million each.
Phew, that's enormous.
Wow.
Among the most expensive films ever made, right? It highlights the sheer scale of the risk and the investment. These are industrial projects.
Totally. Oh, and that rumor about a 9-hour cut of Avatar 3.
Yeah, I heard that. Seemed unlikely.
Cameron clarified it wasn't one film. It was the potential combined length for 3 films, 3, 4, and 5, if they were all around 3 hours.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense.
But he did say Fire and Ash is expected to be longer than The Way of Water, which was already over 3 hours.
So buckle up for another long one.
Pretty much. Music's being done by Simon Franklin for the sequels, and a sadder note, producer John Landau passed away in 2020.
Oh, that's right. A huge loss for the production.
Yeah. He'll get a posthumous producer credit on both Fire and Ash and Avatar 4. All this massive scale, the money, the planning, it all serves the story, which itself is getting much bigger.
Absolutely.
So let's talk story. Characters. Where is this all going? Because the next film seems set to really shake things up on Pandora and maybe elsewhere. Cameron's big goal, he says, is exploring different cultures.
Moving beyond that simple humans bad, Na'vi good idea from the first film.
Yeah, aiming for more nuance and greater character depth, really living with these characters over this huge, epic journey.
And that shift, exploring gray areas, is really interesting schematically. It challenges the audience, maybe even characters like Neytiri, to grapple with complexity in both species. It's not so black and white anymore.
Right, so for Avatar, Fire and Ash, get ready for the Ash people.
Volcano Na'vi.
Exactly, volcano-dwelling Na'vi, and they're going to be antagonists. Their leader is Varang, played by Una Chaplin, described as hardened.
And willing to do things considered evil. That's a strong word.
Yeah, things that we would consider to be evil, that's the quote. The title, Fire and Ash, is meant to signify, fire as hatred, anger, violence.
And ash is the aftermath. Grief, loss, a vicious cycle. Sounds heavy.
It does. And interestingly, Loak Jake's son, played by Britton Dalton, he's going to be the narrator for this one.
Oh, that's a cool choice.
Yeah.
A younger perspective on all this conflict and loss, maybe, could offer a different angle.
I think so, too. We also get new characters like Palak, a Na'vi who'll be in 3, 4, and 5, played by David Thewlis.
Okay, so recurring new Na'vi character.
And we'll meet the Wind Traders, another Na'vi clan described as nomadic.
Expanding the world of Pandora, showing more of its societies.
Definitely. And of course, tons of familiar faces are back. Jake Sully, Neytiri.
Shiri, Sigourney Weaver's character.
And Colonel Quaritch, Stephen Lang. Still the main villain across all the sequels.
It's actually pretty compelling that Quaritch sticks around as the main bad guy for so long.
Yeah.
It's just Cameron's exploring this long-term conflict, this evolving threat, rather than just villain of the week,
Right. It keeps you hooked on his journey, too, in a weird way. Also back, Parker Selfridge, remember him from the first movie? Giovanni Ribisi?
Oh, yeah, the corporate guy.
Ronald, Kate Winslet, Tonawari, Cliff Curtis, Moat, CCH Pounder, Miles Spider Socorro, Jack Champion, General Ardmore, Edie Falco.
Captain Scoresby, Brendan Cowell, Dr. Garvin, Jermaine Clement. A lot of returning players.
And Payakan the Tolkun, he's back too.
Good. Everyone loves Payakan.
Okay, now for Avatar 4, this is where things get really different. The action is set to move from Pandora to Earth.
Whoa, okay, that's a huge shift. Earth.
Yep, Earth. It'll be shown as dealing with overpopulation and a depletion of our natural resources that make life harder.
It sounds bleak. Like the reason they wanted Pandora in the first place.
Exactly. But, and this is key, it will also emphasize that not all humans are bad.
Ah, more nuance again.
The story for Avatar 4 is described as pretty amazing and pretty dark.
Yeah.
And Michelle Yeoh joins the cast for 4 and 5 as Dr. Karina Moog.
Michelle Yeoh. Fantastic. But taking the story to Earth, wow. Imagine Neytiri seeing Earth for the first time. That forces a confrontation with her own views, right? It creates a much more complex moral landscape. Bold move.
And Avatar 5 continues that thread, further exploration of Earth. The specific goal is to open people's eyes, open Neytiri's eyes to what exists on Earth.
You're really driving home that point.
And all humans are bad.
Not all Na'vis are good. Shaking up those initial assumptions. So we've really covered a lot here, this deep dive into the Avatar saga's future, from, the sheer logistics of filming time jumps years early.
The tech challenges, the budget.
To introducing these fiery ash people and then that huge leap going back to Earth. It's clear these films aren't just pushing technological boundaries, they're pushing storytelling too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What really stands out, I think, is that commitment to digging into complex themes, conflict, understanding not just between species, but within humanity too. It's building a really layered universe. So, thinking ahead, Avatar. Fire and Ash in December 2025, Avatar 4 way off in 2029. What stands out most to you? What are you most curious or excited about? Is it seeing the Ash people, that whole years-long ellipsis in the time jump? Or maybe the return to Earth and seeing it through Na'vi eyes? Or perhaps just the promise of, deeper, maybe darker character arcs? It's interesting to think about how these choices are going to shape the whole Avatar story for potentially decades. Well, thank you for joining us for this deep dive. We hope you feel even more informed and definitely intrigued by where the world of Avatar is heading.